everyone. Apologies for being a little bit late there. Sorry about that. Means I'll just have to talk quicker to catch us up by those 10 minutes. Only joking, but don't worry, Marie, we'll manage. Welcome to our second supplier showcase. So if you can hear and see me okay, do just give me a little thumbs up so I know you're there and listening. That would be great. Okay, so thank you for tuning in today. I hope those of you who joined us last week with DJ Tom Finkel enjoyed it. I know my parents did, although they were a little bit concerned when we invited everyone watching to come and see Tom live at my own wedding. Never mind. Each week, though, we'll be inviting a different supplier from our directory to give you some ideas and tips for your wedding day. As for me, I'm Olivia. I'm part of the team here at Heaton House Farm, and I'll be hosting this evening with Sarah behind the scenes on tech. I'm very excited as tonight I'll be speaking to the lovely Marie from Butterfly Events, who has beautifully decorated and styled the venue here lots and lots of times. And again, it's so good, I just had to book her for myself too. So if you have any questions regarding venue dressing for your special day, please do pop them in the comments and then we'll get Marie answering them later on. So let's bring her in, shall we, Sarah?
Hi everyone.
You made it.
Hey, finally.
We got there in the end. That's all that matters. Are you okay?
Yes, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Very well, very, very well. But for the people who don't know who you are, Marie, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So my name's Marie Gillen from Butterfly Events. We're an event stylist company based in Macclesfield, and we offer a variety of different services, which I'm sure we're probably going to go into, Olivia, with lots of questions. So yeah, that's me. Oh, and there's a picture of me doing what I do best, setting up venues.
Looks good, looks good. So what have you been up to during lockdown then, Marie?
Well, wow. So I've been doing lots of different things. So obviously, I know some of my brides are watching at the moment. Hi, everyone. And we've been having lots of video calls, obviously having to move a lot of dates, and spending a lot of time sort of reassuring clients, letting them know that obviously it's not cancelled your wedding, it's just postponed. So I know there's a lot of disheartened brides at the moment, but honestly, don't worry. But what it does give you a chance now to do, if you have had to postpone, is I have been very busy ordering lots of new items in, which I will be showing soon. So you may want to change what you're having decor-wise. And that goes for you as well, Olivia. You might want to change yours. I've also been redoing our website and be giving that a nice upgrade. So that will be launching soon. Just a bit of twitching to do, and then hopefully it will go live. And I've also actually, for those of you that watched last week, I work with Tom a lot at Heaton House Farm and other venues, and we have actually been putting our heads together. Hi Tom, if you're watching. And we're going to be putting a little cheeky competition out soon. So I'm not going to say what. Olivia doesn't even know yet because she could possibly enter, although she's been trying to get it out of me. But yeah, so very busy. And obviously being a mum of 3, working, lockdown, teacher, wife, cleaner. For all the working mums out there, you know, that are trying to work whilst they've got 3 children, high five to you. I know the pain.
Oh no, it's a very, very busy time, but Tom is watching, so thanks for that shout out, Marie. But tell me, why did you become a venue dresser?
Oh, good question. So basically, I grew up with my grandparents. They brought me up, and they had lots of businesses and were very successful. So business has kind of always been around me. And my granddad basically always taught me that if I wanted to have my own business, it had to be something that I loved. And I think every girl dreams of being a princess, walking down the aisle. Obviously, I did that on my wedding day, and I didn't want it to end. And I've always had sort of a fascination with flowers, pretty things, nice things. So I started doing my research. I did my business plan, spent a good year doing research. Didn't plan to start for about another 6 months. And then my husband bought me a sweetheart as a surprise. He thought we were still going to wait for another sort of 6 months. But he should have known me, because literally 6 weeks later, I had the dance floor, I had the photo booth, I had the backdrops, I had the love letters, the long list goes on. And Butterfly Events was born. So yeah, and I've never looked back or had a life since, really.
I'm so glad. So you mentioned there some of the things that you do. What else do you do? What other venue dressing services do you offer?
So we do the photo booth. We have a Starlight dance floor, which is very popular at Heaton House Farm. Some lovely pictures we get from clients on the dance floor. And I know some of them, and I know one of them in particular who's watching. She actually has that picture on her lounge. So yeah, we do the dance floors. We do fresh flowers with our in-house florist. We do artificial. I think when you say artificial to some people who haven't actually seen them, they think, oh, artificial. But once they come to the showroom and they actually see them, they're very surprised. And I actually say about 70 to 80% of our clients choose to go with artificial over fresh nowadays. And usually when the gentlemen come with their lovely ladies to our showroom and we mention that it's cheaper, they usually perk up about then. Not sure why that is, but as soon as money's mentioned and you're saving it, that's when the men definitely do perk up.
Very, very true. Especially after a glass of Prosecco as well.
Yes, and you do get Prosecco when you come to the showroom, although I do have to limit it to 2 glasses because I think we can get a little bit excited. So we do have to remember we're planning a wedding.
Really, really do. So there's going to be some couples tonight that are joining that may want to book you after, Marie. What's your process?
So obviously some people usually get sort of through to us on social media, see us at open days. So what we do is we sort of have an initial chat either on the phone or Facebook, whatever's easiest for you guys. And then we invite you to the showroom where you get to have a good look, as you can see. There we go, around the showroom, and you actually get to see things up close, personal. I think it's okay me sort of saying all my ideas if you're on the phone, but I think actually getting up close and being able to see them actually is a lot better. And you will find, and it's the same when you actually try on your wedding dress, what you actually think you might like decor-wise might actually change once you see other things. Sometimes, anyway.
Yes. So with regards to the process then, so they start with you as an inquiry, then where do we go up until the wedding day?
So obviously we have an inquiry, we have your first consultation. Now, by no means, this is really important, and I do stress this, please don't ever come sort of your first consultation thinking, right, we're going to get this final, that's it, we're going to leave this showroom and we're going to have all the ideas. The first showroom consultation is about getting to know you, getting to know sort of ideas, and then I actually send you away with homework. Bit like me teaching my children at the moment, pretty much, although they refuse to do it half the time. So my clients tend to do a lot better. But yeah, then what we do is Pinterest. Here's Heaton House's Pinterest board. We have a good look at Pinterest and get to know what you like and don't like. We can do this over a few consultations, both phone and both in the showroom. And then once we've decided and you're all fully booked in, we keep in touch with you over the coming months. You can message whenever you want. And then 6 weeks before, we finalise everything. And then the next 6 weeks literally fly by.
Sounds good. Sounds like very easy as well, which is always good.
Well, you've been through it, so you should know.
So with regards then to like the package side, then do you do packages or can people sort of tailor make it based on requirements?
Yeah, so we have a variety of different packages, but from my sort of experience, and I know my ladies that work with me will back me up on this, I know they're watching. Hi ladies. Yes, we have packages, but usually you find that it's not exactly what everybody wants. So we do bespoke packages, which we're very sort of strong on that word bespoke, because every wedding should be bespoke. It should be to what you want and to your personalities. So yeah, we do a variety of different packages that we can run through and discuss with our clients. But what we say is we get to know your budget, and we do always say, tell us everything that you want. Because sometimes you can actually be quite shocked. We save clients at Heaton House and other venues over £400 before. They've had the booth, the dance floor, the centerpieces, and because they've had so much, we can give them quite a good discount. and you're dealing with one person, not about 6 different companies. So it'll either be myself, Julie, Tracy, one of the other girls. We will be your coordinator. It's as easy as that.
Well, that's nice. So with regards to the coordinating side then, so how do you sort of arrange setup and collection times? Do you have to speak to a Heaton House Farm team, that sort of thing?
This is like an ongoing joke because obviously I'm always on the phone to you guys, sort of sending you over things. So as soon as a client books with me, I will send straight over what they've booked so you've got it on file. Then when we make sort of final decisions, obviously I speak to you again about timings. Once we've done our final plans and we know what time we need to get there, we liaise with you to obviously Heaton House can be open for us. And then obviously pick up as well. Sometimes we'll pick up on the evening so we can be there at 12 o'clock. Don't worry, we don't come in on the dance floor at like 5 to 12, rocking it out with you. We do hide, promise, although sometimes, might want to sneak in and have a boogie. But yeah, so we come in, we sneak in and we clear up, or we come early next morning.
Nice and easy then.
Easy, come and go.
So obviously with dressing the civil ceremony areas, it's a massive, important part of the day. And we have lots and lots of questions all the time about venue dressing. Now, we actually brought in a new rule recently, which doesn't allow candles and water down the aisle. Now, it looks beautiful, it really, really does, but obviously can be quite impractical on the day, spills, and we don't want to get any broken glass everywhere before you guess, or before you, as the bride, walks down the aisle. So what sort of ideas do you have for that instead, Marie?
So I kind of have the example sort of here that I think you are going to come in with of it. Don't tell the bride by any chance. So myself and Heaton House, obviously, we had the opportunity to be a part of Don't Tell the Bride, and everything went really well until, obviously, the lovely Nana, bless her, and she was lovely, spilled and knocked over some of the candles down the aisle. Now, I know from experience, and obviously Alyssa knows from experience, that if you knock down some candles on a white carpet, it's going to make a mess, and you don't want to have water down the aisle. So we have lots of different things that we can do down the aisle. We can make flower runners. We're doing it for one client, and I know, again, she's watching, so hello. And we can put lights in it. We can put in the vases artificial candles that we're going to wrap beads all around. In the oak beam barn, we can do lots of rustic logs. There's so much that you can do. And here's a picture here. So yeah, in this one, you've got the ruffle hoods to create the romantic atmosphere. You've got the flowers. I think sometimes people with the rustic vibe think that you can't have sort of flowers in there, that they tend to stick to sort of, oh, we can just have gypsophilia. No, there are lots of flowers that work really well with sort of the rustic vibe. Roses with gypsophilia look beautiful. Hydrangeas, green hydrangeas work really well. And the flowers in this picture are those flowers, and it looked beautiful.
Really very rustic as well. It's lovely.
Yeah.
So if they've had the ceremony dressed like that, then Marie, what do you do with regards to getting that into dining? Do you stay?
So what we do for, especially for Heaton House clients, is we stay free of charge to move items from the ceremony to the wedding breakfast. So sort of back to the planning sort of experience, what we do when we plan, we don't actually start with the ceremony. We start with the wedding breakfast, because then what we do, we like to call it 2 for the price of 1. We use everything that's in your ceremony in your wedding breakfast. So for example, let's say you had 6 blossom trees, you had your flower runner, you had the big canopy trees going over the tables. We know what decor we've got, and then we will sit down with you and we will plan your ceremony. So you could have them going down the aisle on plinths, you can have them over your ceremony table, the flower runner, even put in a nice tablecloth. I get a bit excited when I'm designing, as you can tell.
It's all about them, isn't it? It's got to be exciting. That's what venue dressing is.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, if you have thought of any questions, do please pop them in the comments for Marie. I'm sure that will have sparked a couple. It's all about the sort of nitty-gritty bits about the venue dressing on the day. But by the sounds of it, Marie's got that all taken care of, so nothing worry about.
I will also be, after this, I'm going to be sort of online sort of for another hour or so. So if you think of any questions after this, I'll be on Insta, I'll be on Facebook, bob me over, even an email, and we'll have a chat. So don't worry.
Sounds good. Now, obviously, this is probably going to be quite a big question at the moment, Marie. We've had a number of couples recently who had to postpone their wedding. Some have had to go from spring to winter or summer to autumn. And obviously, venue dressing can change. So have you got any ideas for them of what they can do with that?
Yeah, so I think, well, it's the same sort of, obviously you've had to postpone yours and you've gone sort of from a March wedding now to a December wedding, so sort of themes are changing. And a lot of my clients that have postponed that I've been speaking to, we've discussed all different themes. So some are wanting to stick with their decor, some are wanting to change, some aren't ready yet to talk about their change of decor, and that's absolutely fine. Do not let that stress you out. We are here to help you through this, stay relaxed and still enjoy the build up. In fact, yesterday we had a client who has got the blossom trees. So if you see the setup that's on now, she's gone very similar for that. However, she's now rearranged for October. So we've simply changed the trees. We have autumnal trees. We've changed sort of colours within it. We've changed the flowers and she's fine. And her words to me were she feels so much better and she feels like she can be excited then. I think this is what a lot of brides, and it breaks my heart. Be excited. Don't let it ruin it. It's not cancelled. It's postponed. And I think that's the main thing. And yeah, there's an example of the autumnal trees, which do go really well in Heaton House, sort of with the uplighting, the colours. I love the colours. I think they're so beautiful. Really, really nice.
Really beautiful. It does. And especially when you're there as well, you know, having seen it live in flesh at Heaton House, it is absolutely stunning. It really, really does.
It is. And again, in that video, it's half and half. Some brides can come and they think, right, I've got to have the same centrepiece. There's no rules. Having half big, having half small, again, I will suggest this to you because it helps with your aisle decor, because you can have some things high. So in this one, for example, we had the autumnal trees going down the aisle, but then we had the lanterns from the other centrepiece that we had to go down the aisle, and it looked really nice, very classy and beautiful.
Really, really pretty. So moving on from venue dressing a little bit, because obviously you do offer additional services as well. So what can they book for you for Heaton House?
So we honestly do lots of services. So we have the Starlight dance floors, we have the sweet carts, there you go, our beautiful dance floor. We have the love letters, Mr. and Mrs. letters, flower walls, photo booths, and we do chair decor, tablecloths. There's so much. I won't go through listing them all because everybody will start switching off. But yeah, we do a lot. And because we do so much, like I've sort of said before, you're dealing with one person. And because the more you book with us again, the more money you save. So yeah, lots of services.
Big thumbs up for that one. But so obviously you're here so much. So what's your favourite ways of dressing Heaton House?
I know I keep persuading Mick to let me have a room, but he's not letting me have one yet. I need to keep working on him for that. Okay, my favourite way. So I'm going to cheat here because I'm going to do one per area. So oak beam, I would say rustic. Again, back to the picture that we saw before, you've got the beams and there's so much you can do with those beams. I've been speaking with lots of clients about doing draping off the beams. Again, this picture here that you guys can see has really got the rustic vibe, the greens, the moss, the wood, and it just works so well in the barn. And now obviously you've got your new table, your new wooden table, it works so well and it does look good.
Sounds really good.
So, under the stars, I have to say, I'm quite sort of biased. I do like sort of the theme of the classy, sort of Cinderella, princessy, everybody grows up and wants to get married sort of under the stars and, you know, blossom trees going down the aisle, lanterns. bit of a sequin cloth. I do like a sequin cloth, and under the stars, the way it shimmers. Yeah, very princessy. I do like doing it like that. There's just so many ways, making me pick like one. That's just not fair. It's too hard.
So difficult when you see so many as well. It really, really is. But what do you think the next biggest trend is going to be?
Trends. So when my clients come in and they'll ask me about trends, the first thing I say is, why do you want to know the trends? Let's get to know you first. Sometimes we're big on bespoke, and trends, you might not follow trends. It's more important that you get it how you want, so you reflect your personality. But having said that, trends that I definitely think are sort of coming through with bookings that we've had, speaking to other people sort of in the industry, and it's nicely placed behind me. Wisteria is really coming through at the moment. Lots of wisteria draping down from beams across sort of top tables, wisteria trees, and gold. Gold's very popular at the moment with a lot of my clients. And again, the blossom trees on the gold tablecloths, it works really well. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a gold sequined cloth. We have them in velvet. And obviously, Heaton House, you're very lucky. You get to choose your colour of chairs. So you've got the gold chair. So hey ho, there you go, gold theme. And there you go. Yeah, there's an example of our blush pink tablecloths. So you can just see, it just adds that extra little touch. Now, obviously, I get some clients when I suggest tablecloths that worry that it's too much. So I want you guys to know that when you come into the showroom, we discuss your centerpieces first. It's really important that we get that sorted first, because if you've got a big, massive sort of centerpiece that's a real showstopper, sometimes, depending what it is, actually putting a tablecloth can actually take away from the effect. So sort of using tablecloths, it's something that we sort of discuss. And obviously you come to the showroom and we make up a sample and put it on so you can see it with and without. So sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. And we're very honest with sort of what we think will work. Olivia found that out, didn't you?
got to test these things.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, we've got to say a big, big thank you to you, Marie, because you have done lots and lots for us over the years. You've created masterpiece centerpieces for our Christmas parties. You've done lots and lots of work for those. You've wrapped the beams and all the material, make it all look beautiful for the entrances. Last year, we had, of course, the circus theme style that we had going on there. So tell us about that one. That was a great idea.
So obviously this one was a circus theme, so obviously children's ball pit, perfect colours, got 3 children, so got to get a bit creative. So our domes that we have, we filled them full of the balls. We used our autumnal trees as well because the colours matched perfect and made them sort of into the circus theme. And we also, because we're perfectionists, we also did all the draping, because you can't have a circus without the draping. So you can see the red draping here. Yes, we were all up there at the top of the ladders, securing it. And then as you can see there, me and, Olivia on the dance floor, pros, acrobatics. Yeah, not really, no.
I mean, that says it all, doesn't it? Really great.
I think if I even attempted that, I'd end up on the floor. Those days of being able to do anything like that, they're long gone.
And then, of course, you're in talks with us as well for the next one, which is the Roaring Twenties.
Yes, I'm not saying anything. You keep trying to get it out of me ideas. I'm speaking to some of the girls, but it's all secret. It's going to be a good one. The designs that sort of we've got in mind and what we're thinking is literally going to be bigger and better. I think each year we sort of all say, how are we going to get better at this? How are we going to do better? And then once we all get our heads together and then we all get a little bit excited, you know me, I'm up jumping about thinking ideas. Yeah, on the phone when we're thinking of ideas, I'm like, oh no, yeah. It's going to be really good and I'm really excited. Yeah, I can't wait.
Really, really good. Now, I think we'll head over for some questions, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got a couple of questions for you, Marie. So shall we have the first one, Sarah? Oh, okay. So Gareth's asking, do you do Mr. and Mr. light up letters?
We do. We have Mr. and Mr. and we have Mrs. and Mrs. as well. So yes, that is an option. And we also have smaller letters like that for your top table, your ceremony table. So yeah, that's definitely something that we can help you with. Not a problem at all.
And also, of course, we have our Strawsons outside, which we can do Mr. and Mr. too. So
there you go. Yeah, there you go.
Gotta be done. And another question, Sarah. This is where I'm sitting forward. I've got my glasses. Hi, Rachel. So hi, we were due to have our wedding in May, so we had blossom trees in mind. We now have been moved to January. Have you any suggestions? Christmas decks will still be up, and I don't think blossom trees will match. What do you reckon, Marie?
So if you're going along sort of the tree theme, we have lots of different themes, trees, sorry, not themes. So obviously we have the wisteria that's behind me. We do obviously have the pink blossom. We do have weeping willows. So what we could possibly look at doing, if you want to sort of get in touch, is you can come and look at different examples once we're allowed to open again, and we can have a good look at that. We could also possibly look at incorporating some florals maybe. That could look really nice. And maybe, I don't know if maybe you've looked at doing the half and half theme, but we could look at doing that. But the wisteria tree might be a good one for you to consider, and dangling things off it to sort of fit with your theme. If I know sort of more information, more about your theme, more about your colour theme, honestly, Olivia knows, they fire. I get a bit excited and I can't speak fast enough sometimes to get them out. So even at 3 a.m. sometimes, and it drives my husband mad, I come up with ideas and I'll put the light on and he'll be asking me what I'm doing. If I don't write it down there and then, because I've already thought lots of ideas, I forget it. So there's lots that we can do. You can bring lanterns into it as well, because obviously it's still going to be sort of, it'll go dark quite soon. So lots of candlelight on the tables, big cylinder vases on the tables. We could look at doing that as well. So yeah, there's lots we can do.
All really good ideas as well. Just a really good time to play with lanterns and lights and things.
Yeah, just don't panic.
Oh yeah, definitely don't panic.
Don't panic, honestly. If you're worrying, I know we've already touched on this, but I just think it's really important. If you have had to move your date, like a lot of brides had, don't let the decor side of things be the thing that's stressing you out, okay? If you've booked your decor with someone, speak to them. They'll be able to sort of discuss different ideas with you. If you want to get in touch with me so I can sort of guide you, that's absolutely fine. I want everybody to still enjoy the experience. You do it once, hopefully. Okay, so you want it to be the most magical experience. So don't let this be sort of a damper. I know it has been for a lot of you, but it's not cancelled, it's postponed. I keep saying those words, okay? It will happen, I promise.
We have another question as well, Marie. So if Sarah wants to pop that on for me, here we go. So hi, Rufus. How long before the wedding do you suggest coming to have a look at the showroom?
So, we do get asked, and that's a very good question, because we do get asked this a lot. So what we say is, if you're wanting to sort of discuss ideas, you've booked your venue, we do say come to the showroom as soon as you can, because we would hate for you to leave it months and months and then try to sort of book your date when actually your date is booked. We are lucky that we can do more than one wedding on a day, so we're quite lucky on that front. But obviously, if we get fully booked with quite a few weddings on that day, then unfortunately we might not be able to help. So we do say as soon as you're ready to start discussing ideas, that's absolutely fine. Come to the showroom whenever you're ready and we can have a chat. It might be worth mentioning as well, we get asked that question, but then people sort of say, oh, but I don't know what I want, so I'm not ready to discuss my decor yet. It doesn't matter, that's absolutely fine. You can still hold your date with us, and then it's secured, so you know that you're still going to have us, and then you can keep sort of coming into the showroom. We can have phone consultations, and I can keep sending you lots of different ideas. We get brides that come that don't even know their colour theme, and that's absolutely fine. It's more about getting it flowing and getting the ideas going.
Well, I have been told we've got another question for you, if that's okay. So, hi Hannah, we are both massive Disney fans. Yeah, you're in for a treat now. Have you done any table dressings that are Disney themed?
So Disney theme, 3 children. That's like my life. Yes, we've done quite a few Disney themes, and we did show a picture sort of earlier on of our domes, but they had all the balls in. Now they're really popular with the Disney theme because you can have a rose in it to match your colour theme. We've got lots of the Disney characters as well. So depending, some people only like to touch on Disney a bit, and some people like to go really all out. So we have lots of Disney characters. We've done weddings before where we've used our trees and we've had Disney characters dangling down from them. We've used a sequin cloth. So yeah, Disney, there's lots we can do with Disney. I like a Disney theme.
I think the excitement really thumbs that one up.
Hi, by the way, Hannah. I think I've been speaking to Hannah yesterday. So hi, Hannah.
Lots and lots of good questions there. So thank you everyone for coming in. Marie, that's all sorted. Thank you for coming and joining us. Yeah, we did it. Yeah, no, really, lots of thank yous. And like I say, anyone who wants to get in touch with Marie, please do. She's going to stick online now as well. And we're obviously on hand if you need anything too. Yeah, thank you very much, Marie.
Oh, thanks for listening, guys. And like I say, any questions, I'm going to be here online now. Whiz them over and we'll have a good chat because I'm sure you've all got lots of questions. And I hope I've been helpful. I hope I have.
Very helpful. And then next week, of course, we are going to be joined by another of our suppliers. Very excited. We've got Stefan from YSD Media. So that'll be next week, same place, same time. And he'll be joining us for all of your videography questions for your wedding day. So very excited to tune into that one. And yeah, hopefully see you all next week. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.